So let's get started right away with the Thursday night football game. The Packers, who's obviously the Game Injury Docs team, if you guys have been watching the show, versus the Commanders, and it was a big night to see essentially who is number two in the NFC, because both these teams are pretty damn good so far, at least after Week 1. But the Packers proved some things tonight. They proved that they have an elite defense, and Micah Parsons has made it even more special. Um, if you guys are watching the game tonight, you could just tell by his effect, like during the game, is so profound because if he's not getting a sack, he's still rushing the passer. He's creating havoc on the offensive line. There's a bunch of holding calls, some penalties, hands to the face, getting pressure on Jaden Daniels throughout the game, and those are like the percentage of plays that he plays because he probably only played about 50% of the snaps on defense. So he's creating such havoc by just, right now he's technically playing part time, which is keeping him fresh and hopefully keeping his back away from getting injured or anything like that or getting any worse. So from that standpoint, that's awesome. I mean, it's great to be able to have a defense that can rush a passer, which makes it easier on your cornerbacks and safeties and linebackers. And you can tell tonight that they really made Jaden Daniels work and look like he wasn't like completely ready for the game or completely comfortable in this game. He was 24 of 42 for 200 yards. He ended up with two TDs, but he kind of got a late TD at the end, which didn't really mean too much. But where he makes his money is rushing. And he only had 7 carries for 17 yards, right? So he wasn't effective on the ground. Their run game was non-existent. And I think one thing the Packers have shown in the 2 weeks is that their run D. I mean, they held Jamar Gibbs to what 60 yards or less, and then this week, pretty much the leading rusher was everybody at 17 yards. You had JCM at 17 yards, Austin Eckler 17 yards, and Jane Daniels at 17 yards. So if you can hold the Washington Commanders to 51 yards, you are probably going to win that game. And and for the Packers, this game was so important because essentially they start off with 2 home games, and then they're essentially on the road until week 8. So it's going to be a long time before they kind of back home in Lambeau. So to be able to get 2 wins against quality teams in the Lions and the Commanders was huge confidence boost for the youngest team in the NFL. So let me know what you guys think. If you guys think that um, the Packers are a contender in the NFC, if they are going to be below the Eagles there, like fighting for that number 2 seed, and if to be honest, if you think they're real, because even if you're starting off 2-0 and you look this good, doesn't always turn out to be this way. But the way they're coming out, the way they're looking, it looks like they can really compete in the NFC this year. And for the Commanders, I think they'll be back to getting back to what they do on the run game. I think tonight was a little bit of blimp, but at the same time, Thursday night football games are always difficult. And this is when people kind of get in trouble because it's just not their normal routine to be playing on a Thursday night. You ask any NFL player, they hate it. And unfortunately, this is when a lot of injuries happen.